Welcome back to Me Personally Podcast. It's your host, Emmanuel. I'm here with
your boy, Johnny. Yes, sir. We back at it in here. Man.
Yep. One thing I gotta say is, bro, my brackets. I'm mad about my bracket. Because I actually had every single team in the Sweet 16 besides BYU in that bracket. But the Elite 8 killed the bracket.
Yeah, my bracket was done for. Like what? At the 32 mark? Might have been cooked. Might have been cooked.
Yeah, I was like, bro, I was bragging because I was leading all the groups I'm in. Like the Me Personally Podcast, I was number one. My family group chat, I was number one. For for the sports media club, I was number one. For my other friend group, I was number one. I'm just number one in everything. But now I'm at the bottom.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I gotta redeem myself next March because it was pretty bad.
I'm actually have to watch college basketball next March.
Yeah, even before March, so you can know who's actually good and who's not.
Yes.
Who's frauds. Because there's a lot of teams in there that was frauds that I was like, well, maybe that wasn't a smart idea to pick them.
Yeah. I really thought Michigan was going to pull it off. I really did. But
I definitely could have told you that.
Hey, bro, they made as far as the Elite 8. That's close enough.
Yeah. No, my percentage was 68.8.
Yeah.
My percentage was 68.8, bro. Cooked.
Yeah. Bro, what was my percentage? Bro, I need a new... Bro, I was talking with this with some... My percentage was 39.9%.
Yeah. The Final Four is tomorrow, and then the championship's on the 7th. I think who you got, Auburn or Florida?
I'm going to go with Florida.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, bro. Auburn got that nice big, though. I want to say... I don't know, bro. It's going to be tough. I'm gonna say Auburn, though. I think Auburn might pull it off. And then on the Dookie Houston side, I think Houston gonna pull that one off for sure. Duke just not ready. Duke not ready. Who you got, Duke or Houston?
I'm gonna go with Houston because I feel like this might be actually this year Houston's first time since the '80s to making it to the Final Four.
Yeah,
I feel like this might be actually Houston's year.
They didn't go far last season? I thought they went pretty far last season.
I remember seeing a post that they hadn't been to the Final Four since like 1980 something.
Oh,
I could be wrong, but
I thought they made it far last season. Maybe not. But hey, I think I got Houston. I might have Houston winning it all, really. But hey, what else you got?
Well, I actually think Houston's gonna win it all too.
Yeah, that's my pick. That's my pick for sure.
Yeah. But in my ESPN second chance bracket, I'm like perfect on it. But the only problem is I have Duke winning it all.
Yeah, you might be cooked.
Yeah, but I'm going to go with Houston regardless. That's my gut. And that was like one of those like random, I pressed the random button thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a win-win regardless. Both teams are good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But for women's, Texas just lost to South Carolina women's.
Yeah. I was expecting that though. South Carolina they got experience. They got them dogs. Dawn Staley is really hurt. What else do you expect from that?
It's kind of obvious. I knew South Carolina was going to be in the finals regardless.
Yeah. They're just too good, bro. Too good.
Mm-hmm. Too good. Right now, as we're recording right now, UConn's up 42 to 22 to UCLA.
Not surprised at all. Paige Bueckers is really her. She dropped 30 on OU like last week. I was like,
and then she cooked USC.
Yeah.
I honestly thought she should have won Player of the Year, the Naismith Player of the Year over Juju Watkins, in my opinion.
I wouldn't say that because Juju really led her team all the way. Like Paige Bueckers has help, so I wouldn't necessarily say that. But if they had like a comeback player of the year, for sure, since she was like injured, you know. But yeah, she's the bucket.
You can see the argument for both sides.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But again, well, USC was in the 1 seed, UConn was the 2 seed, so that shows that the team they already knew that they already saying that they thought USC was the better team than UConn, even though. Didn't UConn beat USC early this season?
UConn beat USC this season already?
Yeah, they played them. I might be wrong. I was wrong. USC did beat UConn, yeah. So USC beat UConn earlier in the season.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm not surprised by that at all.
Mm-hmm.
UConn has always been good. UConn women has always been good.
Yeah.
In basketball. I mean, their man recently just got back good, but their women, they've been there. So
Yeah.
yeah.
For majority of our lives,
For majority, yeah, exactly. For
majority of our lives, I'm pretty sure they're like on the longest winning streak of all. Like
it's been the same women's team: UConn, Notre Dame, Baylor, and South Carolina. Recently, just got up there a few years ago, but it's pretty much been the same. On the women's side, it's much easier to tell who's going to win.
Stanford too,
huh?
And Stanford.
Yeah, on the women's side, it's pretty much easy to tell who's going to win on the women's side for the most part.
Yep, it's going to be the powerhouse that wins it regardless.
For sure.
The only reason why the powerhouse will lose if they lose their best player.
Yep.
Yeah, but I'm excited. But who do you think is going to win overall out of the last three teams I mentioned for the women's game?
For the women's,
I
ain't gonna lie, I got South Carolina beating everybody. I got South Carolina winning. Maybe just because I'm biased and I'm a Don Staley fan, because we gotta stick together.
We do got to stick together. Don Staley from Philadelphia too. Got to stick together. But I'm a Paige Beckers fan.
But it's crazy.
I'm a Paige Beckers fan. So I'm
going to
go
with
with
Uncle Ruckus. Uncle Ruckus.
Oh, don't even say that. That's the only reason why I'm saying that, because that's why I have in my bracket. I have UConn beating USC.
Okay, that's fair.
But I like USC and I like UConn though. Those are the two teams I grew up watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I definitely got UConn being South Carolina, just to be different from you. Just to be different. We always gotta have someone being different. It's always, that's what makes it boring. When both people agree. So I'm like, oh yeah, we both got South Carolina. Someone has to be different. I'm gonna be the different one.
Yeah, facts.
Mm-hmm. So Paige Buckets, that's a nickname. Paige Buckets. You win.
Paige Buckets is crazy.
Yeah, but as we check, this is the last week of the NBA season, and as the NBA season is closing down, let's check in with the NBA standings right now. As of right now, for the Eastern Conference, Cavs are number one, up 5 games between the Celtics. Celtics are they're like 8 games ahead of New York Knicks, and then the Pacers. Then the Knicks are third. Then the Pacers, and then the Pistons are the 5th seed. All 5 of those teams have clinched the playoffs. The Bucks are the 6th seed. Haven't really clinched the playoffs, but like they're not eliminated, so they basically clinched the playoffs. It's not in the play-in or not.
Yeah.
But they're probably going to clinch the playoffs later on this week. Orlando Magic are in the play-in. Atlanta Hawks haven't really clinched the play yet because they have still a chance to make the playoffs, to make the 6th seed if the Bucks lose games and they win games. But as of right now, they haven't clinched anything yet, but they aren't eliminated. Chicago Bulls and then the Miami Heat. So out of those teams, who do you think are the favorite to come out the East? Because those are 10 teams that are going to make the playoffs or in the play-in. So who do you think is going to be?
Out of the East, I got Boston for sure. So, some teams that might be slept on in the playoffs, though. Nobody's really talking about the Bucks, but they might give some teams a run for their money, especially Boston. Detroit is another team that slept on. And I think the Knicks will be bounced out first or second round by one of those teams that I just named if they play each other. I'm not a fan of the Knicks, but Detroit, Milwaukee, and Boston are the teams that's on my radar as far as like going to the Eastern Conference Finals and potentially going to the NBA Finals. But who I got coming out the whole thing going to the finals is Boston for sure.
I'm going to agree right there. Because I think the next topic I was going to talk about after we talked about the things, I was going to talk about how the Knicks are frauds. Because the Knicks have not been able to beat the 1 seed or the 2 seed in the East and the 1 seed in the West. So when they face actual competition, they lose. You saw the other night, they had, a 15-point lead, a 20-point lead against the Cavs, and they choked that lead away.
Yep.
This is a different Knicks team. Like there's some Charmin soft players on that team. Now, if you watch the podcast long enough, you know who we're talking about. Soft ass Charmin.
I never been a fan of this guy.
Big Purr.
After all that,
and they're still not good.
Yeah, bro.
I think the Knicks are going to lose in the first round to the Bucks. If they play the Bucks in the first round,
it's
guaranteed. I will put. I don't got that much in my wallet, but I'll put like at least $10 on it $10.
My tuition.
Oh, wow. Tuition. Tuition.
Yeah, bro. I'm just not a fan of the Knicks. Detroit is a good team though.
Bro,
Milwaukee slept.
but the first
Milwaukee
round
slept
matchup
on.
between but the first round matchup between the Pistons and the Pacers, cinema. That's cinema right there. That's gonna go to a 7-game series, bro. Malice in the Palace Part 2.
I don't.
Those are
I don't
two
think
teams.
so. I don't think so. I think Detroit might get them in 6.
They
Like
might.
actually,
I think it's gonna be closer than what everybody thinks. It's gonna be interesting. 6 games or 7 games. I think it's gonna be a fun series to watch.
Detroit has way too many weapons, and Indiana doesn't have enough. Tyrese, he's patched. Pascal Siakam, inconsistent, and their only other hope is Miles Turner.
To be honest, bro, you really think about the Pacers? Is there really any scorer on that team?
Andrew Nembhard has to have 30 a game for them to win.
They don't have a hoop. They don't have a scorer. Someone that can go down and get you a bucket. They have facilitators and they got a nice little second player.
They don't have anybody to.
Pascal Siakam is barely a second best player. He's more of a third best player you want on your team.
Yeah, they don't have anybody.
Third best player that. Yeah. And the only reason why looks like he's the leading scorer for the team because Tyrese Halliburton is passing the ball because he's the passer. He's the playmaker.
Yeah.
But once Pascal Siakam get claimed, and then now Tyrese Halliburton has to do all the scoring.
Yep.
The broken jump shot is just not going. And I like the Pacers.
He had one good run that one year, and then it's been patched ever since.
Literally, after that whole entire NBA Cup run they had.
Yeah.
They're patched.
Yeah, not a fan of Indiana either.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, that's the East.
Detroit. But you know how high I've been on Detroit since the start of the season.
Hey, they went. I just seen a graphic, and I think they went 14-68 last season, something like that. Now they clinched the spot.
Yeah, first time making the playoffs since Blake Griffin and Andre Drummond was on the team together.
That was a long time ago.
Yes.
Blake Griffin's retired now.
Yep. Andre Drummond, he's almost there. He almost retired.
Hey,
bro. Hey, I would love to have Andre Drummond.
That's East basketball for you. I ain't gonna lie, we need an Andre Drummond. After what I just seen today,
yes.
Woo, take that flag down for tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I'm joking. We made a good run. We made a good run. But we'll talk about that when we get to that part.
Yeah, when we get to that. But Kim Hooper, he's averaging 25 points a game right now. Bro, he's gonna get you the bucket, he's gonna facilitate, he's gonna do everything for them. But if you don't have K, you also got Jaden Ivey, too, the second Hooper on your team. But then, all right, that doesn't work. You still got Malik Beasley coming off the bench, the third Hooper right there. Once you have someone who can give you a guaranteed bucket off the bench, that's when your team is actually dangerous.
Tim Hardaway had almost 30 the other night, though, so don't sleep on Tim Hardaway. He still got that burner.
I still have to go down the list. I got to
go down the list. Nice.
Jalen Duren. Tobias Harris, when he's not on the Sixers, he's actually hooping low-key.
Yeah, when he's not on the Sixers, he be hooping.
There's a shooter, Tim Hardaway Jr. And then you got the youngster with Asher Thompson. And then you got Ron Holland the second. There's some hoopers on the team. And then you got the crash out. The greatest crash out in the NBA right now. Isaiah Stewart.
They got 2 crash outs. His last name Reed. And he number 7. I don't know his first name, but last name Reed. He's a crash out too, bro.
Paul Reed used to play for the Sixers.
Yes, bro. Crash out.
Bro, I'm bro, I was at the game. I'm like, man, why the Pistons are a bunch of lions on this team, bro?
Yeah.
They acting like they did not foul Shea right there. He's like, what? I'm like, sure, you were on the Thunder a couple years ago. Don't forget your roots. I mean, that's when he's got that whole entire haircut, because his haircut was totally different.
Yep.
That's when he got robbed of the 6th Man of the Year. He got robbed.
He was nice. He got a standing ovation the other day when he returned to OKC. So,
well, not anymore.
Yeah, he might have messed that up.
He might have. I feel like the Bucks are going to beat the Knicks in the first round. If the Bucks meet the Celtics, that's going to be an interesting matchup right there. But it's Doc Rivers. You know how he is in the second round. Yeah. We don't know when Dame's coming back with his whole type situation. But I agree with you. The Celtics. I just don't see the Cavs beating the Celtics. I really want to see the Cavs beat the Celtics because it would be nice to see a small market going against a small market in the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
But for the bragging rights, for people, I just want to see the Thunder beat the Celtics in the finals, so everybody can shut up because there's the haters. But since we're talking about Thunder,
I don't care who the Thunder play. I just want to win, bro.
Bro, like I said, bro, once we win the finals, bro, I'm buying a ticket back to Oklahoma, bro. I'm going down here. I'm gonna crash at your place.
Yeah, it's enough beds here.
But since we're talking about the Thunder, let's get on to the Western Conference as of right now. Still the 1 seed and 13 and a half games apart from the second seed is Oklahoma State Thunder. Houston Rockets number 2. Both teams clinched the first seed and the second seed. And then you got the Denver Nuggets. All these teams have not clinched the playoffs or the play-in. The Denver Nuggets are the 3rd seed. The Lakers are the 4th seed. Golden State, 5th seed. 6th seed, Memphis. 7th seed, Minnesota. 8th seed, Clippers. 9th seed, Dallas. 10th seed, Kings. 11th seed, Phoenix. 12th seed, Portland. And the 13th seed, the San Antonio Spurs. All teams that have not clinched the playoff or play-in or has been eliminated yet.
Hey, the West is stacked. I don't even know what else to say.
But
which is even more of a reason that the MVP is in the same conference, no matter the team. I don't think there's no wrong answer when it comes to MVP. I mean,
this really isn't a wrong answer.
But we know who should get it, But there's no wrong answer, bro. It's. Hey.
But it was gonna suck because I feel like the only reason why he's gonna win it is because he didn't win it last year, but he should have won it last year.
Yeah. They're gonna give him a pity MVP, which I don't. It's gonna
feel like Joel Embiid's MVP.
Yeah,
because there was like a couple times Joel should have won it, like a couple of Jokic earlier MVPs. Not that year; he should have never won it that year. But the type of season Jokic is putting on this year, I'm like, oh, that 60-point triple-double game that they lost to, I'm like, oh.
He's having a better year this year than he is last year, which is crazy. But it's just not enough, bro. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I still give it to Shea just because Shea done led
the number one seed.
Led the number 1 seed and
16 wins.
13 games ahead the second seed. You never see that.
I feel like 60 wins the leader of the 60 wins. Look, like Tyrese Halliburton, he said it best. Usually back in my day, when I saw the best player on the best team win MVP, unless they have some sort of historic year.
Yeah, which Jokic is not really having a historic year. We've seen somebody average a triple-double, and we've seen somebody average a triple-double for 4 straight seasons. Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, he was wearing a Thunder jersey.
Mm-hmm. Some people say it's voter fatigue. If you want to say it's voter fatigue, but if you look at the stats, last time I saw the stat, I think he's tied with Michael Jordan for like most 20-point games in a row.
Yeah. I think he just marked his 77th today.
Mm-hmm. So I think, he either tied him or passed him, and that's MJ. That's what all the media people loves to glaze upon.
Yep.
But who do you think is going to really surprise us the most in these playoffs? We know the favorites, the Thunder and the Rockets, those are the 2 young teams that has been cooking the West right now. But who are you guys think is going to be the sleeper team coming out the West?
Sleeper team?
Yeah.
Come out the West?
Mm-hmm.
Is it really a sleeper team? I don't know, bro.
Well, I wouldn't say a sleeper team, a team that is going to upset someone in the first round. Because I already got my team. I think the Timberwolves are going to upset whoever they play in the first round. Right now, they're the 7th seed.
Is that really an upset, though? Even though that's the 7th seed, I just feel like nobody can be upset in the West because everybody's just so good.
Mm.
Who do I think will get a nice playoff win? Like series-wise, the Rockets for sure. I don't know if you can say upset because everybody's just so good in the West. I'm
gonna say right now, I feel like all the young teams are gonna win their playoff series. The Thunder, the Rockets, the Timberwolves, the Grizzlies. The only team has probably only reason why it won't happen for like teams like the Lakers and the only reason why it would happen for the Lakers and Warriors if they play each other in the first round. But I feel like all those teams all the teams like the younger teams. Like you said, all these old teams are done. LeBron, Cook, Curry, Cook. Like you said in that old podcast, Kevin Durant, Cook. I feel like the age, people are like, oh man, they haven't shown any proof. The young teams are going to show them. They're going to show them how they hoop.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you think LeBron and Curry them can play for a 7-game series? Going going against a younger team, this is when people got to use their eyes. Like, hey guys, wake up, they're here.
Curry, yeah, Curry for sure.
But do you think Curry can do it all by himself for the Warriors?
Not at all.
I just don't see it. I see a threat from Curry, but not from the Warriors.
Yeah, I would agree.
Because if Curry have a bad game, the Warriors have a bad game. This is not 2022, 2021 Curry. That 2021 Curry was crazy. Even though they didn't make the playoffs, he was crazy.
Yeah, I would agree.
That was Curry when he had the taper?
He's had that taper for... He either got the low buzz cut or he got like the 2K taper. He always got some type of 2K haircut.
Yes.
And it's always the same color. Mm-hmm. He got that light-skinned guy haircut.
Yeah. But, like, that's my hot take. I feel like we're not going to see... I can see Denver not making it out the first round. I can see Golden State not making out the first round. I can see the Lakers not making out the first round. Of course, I'm going to see the Clippers not making out the first round.
Yeah, I definitely would agree. This playoffs is going to show why Jokic shouldn't get the MVP.
Mm. And it's going to suck because I want to see Russ to make the NBA Finals, to win the NBA Finals. But, like, he should have went to the Thunder.
Yeah. It's just tough in the West, bro. It's tough in the West. And after what I've seen from the Rockets tonight, you can't beat the Thunder 7 game. I just don't. I know I said this last year, but I'm firm on it now.
Because I feel like we said this last year. The only reason why a team can really beat us in the first and beat us in the playoffs if they can out rebound us, and that's what happened. We got out rebounded. Yeah. And then maybe the referee's calling a foul call that should have never been a foul call. And the
team that we lost to went to the NBA Finals, but that team is no longer a team anymore. So
they're cooked. They're not even close to making the play-in.
Yeah, we might be. I think we might be all right, bro.
Yeah.
Because everything else is going to cancel out for us. Mm-hmm. I don't think the teams that we have trouble with, Houston and Minnesota, and I think that they might cancel each other out. Not that they're going to play each other, but somebody else is going to get one of them before we get to them. Mm-hmm. But everybody else, I think we can handle on our own. I think
it's all about matchups. Like we said last year. Yeah. We said this last year. It's all about matchups. If we were faced the Timberwolves, or Nuggets, we'll be in that finals.
For sure. If we would have faced the Timberwolves or the Nuggets, we would, bro, yes.
If we were to beat the Mavericks and would have faced the Nuggets in the conference finals, we would have beat them because we beat them 3 times that year.
Yep.
Not just beat them, we smoked them. But somehow I think that guy should have won MVP over Shea. But, yeah. But the next thing I was going to talk about, but I can't talk about it anymore. Can the Thunder reach 70 wins?
Nah. We lost today, and then we're probably going to rest after the two games against the Lakers because we got Utah, New Orleans, and Phoenix.
We don't want Shea's points per game going down.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We got to rest.
Mm-hmm. But I'm not really worried because we might still win with our second best play. We're our bench players because our second unit is really like a playing team.
Yeah. The only reason we lost today is because we went down by 20, couldn't recover, and I don't know.
Well, like, especially, we're playing away, not home. So I just feel like everybody's just tired, especially how long the Stars was out there for against Detroit. I'm like, we finally didn't really break away from Detroit till like the last couple minutes of the game.
Yeah, it's fatigue, man. The season's almost over, and then we got to push for the playoffs. It's gonna get tough. We gonna lose some games in the playoffs for sure. But it's 7 games in the series for a reason. So, I think we'll be all right.
The only thing that matters is we win 4 games. That's all we need to win. 4 games.
Yep. We got to win 16. Got to win 16 games. But that's doable. Mm-hmm. Well, we won 11 in a row until tonight. So we almost there.
The Thunder never had a losing streak longer than the longest losing streak that we had was a 2-game losing streak.
Yep.
That only happened once this season.
Yeah. What? We're 64 and 13.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We gonna be all right. Just fatigue start kicking in around this time. Legs be dead. Shea gets double team, triple team, fouled. Man, that game today, it was a little bit of everything. I learned a lot. Just us being tired, and then how we have to be able to play through not getting the calls that we want, and then the calls going to the other team. The whistle that the Rockets was getting was kind of crazy, bro. And Alfred Sengun is the truth. He's the truth.
Yep. Sam Presti drafted him.
He's the truth. But I think if we do see them in the playoffs, that's not happening, bro.
Not happening.
Not happening. It's past. We got something for that. And Jalen Green just started hitting crazy stuff. Some stuff that he never hit before, bro. He always wants to go crazy when he sees Shea or for some reason. I don't know. Or J-Dub. Yeah, I think him and J-Dub be talking crazy to each other or something because they both had 30-plus tonight, though. Yeah.
It's the battle of the Jalen's, bro. It's always...
Yeah, Jalen's felt the same way, too.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's going to be interesting, though, this playoffs. I'm excited to see it, though, for sure.
Yeah, but we skipped over this. But this happened last week after the Thunder beat the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies firing their head coach, Taylor Jenkins. So why do you think the Grizzlies fired their head coach?
I don't know. It's something deeper in the front office because that doesn't happen. He's working. He did the best he could with the team that he got. I mean, that don't happen, bro. I don't know what it is. It's something deeper. They might have a problem in the front office or something, and he might have said something, you know. But you don't just fire a coach like that, especially at this time in the season, you know. As much as I want to brag and say it's the Thunder effect, it's not the Thunder effect. It's something. It's something in that Memphis Grizzlies office. It's
definitely the team's gonna be changing. Definitely.
Yeah. I think Desmond Bain is gonna be out of here at this summer.
I feel like anybody that's not named John Morant. If they don't trade John Morant, everybody not named John Morant or Jaren Jackson Jr. is going to be gone from that team.
Yeah. I feel like even Jaren Jackson's he's touchable. Like anybody can get him. He's not untouchable. Mm-hmm. You know.
If you give him, you gotta give him a good offer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But also, I can really see them trading John. Maybe they feel like, oh, maybe John's the problem.
As much as I want to say that might be dumb to say. You know, like. Because it's John Morant. Mm-hmm. You know what he's capable of. I mean, you just seen what he did last night when he dropped 30.
But it's not a secret that it really going to depend who performs in the playoffs and who doesn't perform in the playoffs.
Yeah. But I don't think you could. You'd never have a problem with Ja when it comes to performing in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. He's not like Paul George.
Yeah, not like Paul George. But that was probably the most surprising news, seeing that Taylor Jenkins, the team, he's in the playoffs. The Grizzlies were the second seed. They fell down to the sixth seed. Second seed to the seventh seeds are so close together. Yeah. They can go either way. But I'm like, you didn't really see a playoff contender coach getting fired almost through the season, midway through the season, almost through the season since the Cavs fire David Black back in 2016.
Yeah.
Yeah, but once you see firings like that happening, like what the Bucks did. Also, with the Bucks firing, I forgot the head coach's name, but Bucks firing their head coach to bring in Doc Rivers. Once you see stuff like that, it's definitely something going on within the locker room. It's always that Giannis had problems with the old head coach, so he wanted him gone. They got rid of him. John Morant, you can tell John Morant's unhappy. Just the way you see him play, the way he's selling my parlays. It's just the way that you can see he's unhappy. It's not the same John Morant.
Yeah,
that was. It's the parade inside my city yet. Not that John Morant, you know. Yeah, but we definitely gonna see some changes in Memphis. But what other teams do you think, might be their last season with their coach?
Another team that might get rid of their coach? I don't know. Hopefully nobody. Other than I don't know. Yeah, I can't really tell you that. I'm not sure. Off the top of my head, I don't know.
I don't really know, to be honest. Maybe the Clippers, because it's been the same thing with the Clippers now. It's a team that we thought they should be making a run when they had Kawhi and Paul George, James Harden.
You think Ty Lue is gonna be gone?
I feel like the Clippers should really blow up the team, to be honest. At this point, they're in the dead man zone. They're not good enough to win it all, but not good enough to lose it all. But they can't really do it because guess who has their pick? The Oklahoma City Thunder. So the Thunder controls their future. So they can't even lose the games. Because they're forced to win. Especially when you get James Harden and Kawhi Leonard, their best two players on the team. They're getting up in age.
Who wants either of those players, though? That's what I'm saying. Nobody wants those players. It's a young man's league, and they're both old vets. Nobody wants them. So how are they going to blow up that team if nobody wants them?
Now, I feel like maybe the Mavericks might fire their coach. Might fire Jason Kidd, even though they just went to the NBA Finals last year. But I just seeing that kind of shocking of a move from them trading away Luka, it feels like they're ready to stop. blow up the team all again. They're not looking. They seem like they want to bring out a different team, even though they just went to the finals. And 2 years ago, a couple years before that, went to the conference finals.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because we already saw this with the Kings. The Kings fired their coach and then traded away Darren Fox.
I don't know. We'll see. It's gonna be interesting for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be shocking news, whoever it is.
But I feel like there's gonna be another coach. It's gonna be in the West that's gonna get fired. I don't only see a team in the East. Maybe Doc Rivers. I don't really think Giannis is gonna let that happen. And also, they're already paying for 3 coaches on the same salary right now. So yeah. But on to the NFL. You know, I'm just waking up like yesterday morning. I get a call from a Cowboy fan. Yo, we just got Joe Milton. We're gonna go to the Super Bowl. We're gonna go to the Super Bowl right now.
Gosh, man.
We're back. The boys are back. What do you think? Do you think Joe Milton is gonna take over the QB spot from Dak this season?
Not this season, but Dak's out of here after this season for sure.
If he has 1 year left on his contract. If they have not yet re-signed him, which they could re-sign him right now, anytime as possible. They can re-sign him whenever they want. But the writing's on the wall. They're going to let his contract plays out and just let him walk in free agency.
Yeah. I don't see them re-signing them.
Not even franchise tag. Not even a franchise tag. I'm just going to let him walk.
Why would you franchise tag it?
Yep. Like, no, you can see teams
franchise tag is for somebody that's like a once-in-a-lifetime generation player that you think you can build around. He's not that.
Yep.
You franchise tag somebody like Micah Parsons or franchise tag somebody like Jamar Chase, franchise tag somebody like Justin Jefferson. You know, Dak's not that. We've seen better.
Mm-hmm.
So
definitely, I feel like I think they're looking at Arch Manning. They're looking at Texas right now. They're like, we want Arch Manning to play for the Cowboys. Which I think they're already looking to they've been looking ahead 2 drafts already. They know it's not going to work out with Dak. Dak showed how much he can do for a team. Like when you had 2016 Dak with Zeke and them, that was their chance. Their chance back in 2021 when they lost to the 49ers, and the year after that they lost to the 49ers again. Those are their last 2 chances right there.
Yep, for sure.
They're not even the second best team in their division. Those 2 teams best in their divisions are the Eagles and Commanders, which I really think the Commanders might win the division this year for the NFC East.
Yeah.
Yeah. But since we're talking about Joe Milton, who came from the Patriots, Stephon Diggs signed with the New England Patriots. What are your thoughts about that move?
I don't know. I don't know.
You don't think that move might actually be the move? You know how there's always a move for a young QB to get them a nice, good wide receiver to unleash something like with Josh Allen getting Stephon Diggs, for example, or
not the same Stephon Diggs though.
I know it's not the same Stephon Diggs, but I'm trying to give out examples right there.
You talking about the Ravens always signing old receivers? Stephon Diggs is almost that.
Hey, he had a good season before he tore his ACL this year.
No, no, bro, he's not that. He's not gonna make no noise,
especially when. Hey, bro,
he's in New England. That's like a losing franchise since Tom Brady.
But they got a new coach now. Titans old coach.
Are we really a fan of that, or?
Yes, bro. The Titans, bro. Remember that 2019 Titans, bro? Their run beating your Baltimore Ravens.
And where is he now? Not on the Titans anymore.
Yeah, because the Titans are stupid.
And so is he.
I know you're still salty about that, but it's okay.
Why do I got to be salty about that? We've had more success than them since then.
Success is only ruled about how many Super Bowls you guys had.
You say that like y'all have way more than us. Like
we do have way more Super Bowls than you guys, Super Bowl appearance than you guys, and the most recent Super Bowl appearance than you guys.
It's getting late. I know you're getting tired, but that doesn't give you the right to speak nonsense here. Okay.
I'm not speaking nonsense. I'm speaking facts, the truth, honesty. It's the best policy.
Nobody in their right mind actually thinks the Denver Broncos are better than the Baltimore Ravens. Nobody.
This guy.
And you actually, yeah, that's called delusion.
No. That's just called being a professional ball. You're only D1. You're collegiate. I'm professional. Professional ball nerd. You're collegiate. I'm professional. You get the little NIL deals, but I'm getting the superstar salary right now.
You might be on the pro level, but you're not getting the NIL deal money like I am. There's people at the D1 level getting paid more than in right now.
But I'm on that superstar level, you know, because you know what they call me.
You're not franchise.
You know what they
You're
call
not
me?
franchise
You
tag.
know what they call me, bro? Prime time. Box office. The main event. But before we start wrapping this up, also one more thing. So the Steelers are Mike Tomlin's talking about maybe starting Mason Rudolph for the season. They're cool with having Mason Rudolph as the QB1. Not even thinking about getting Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, that was supposed to be the deal last season. I don't even know what it was. Either supposed to be him or Justin Fields. But hey.
Well, Mason Rudolph was on Titans last year. They just signed him back.
Oh, they re-signed him. Oh yeah, that is true. I forgot about that. Hey, back in Pittsburgh we go, baby.
Pittsburgh. Hey, bro. You know, that's me. Just know Ravens got 2 more wins. They have 2 wins already. The Ravens have 2 wins already.
I like that. That's what the Ravens do. We put BTA and then quarterbacks to leave.
Yeah, Justin Fields about to cook in New York, bro. I'm saying that right now.
I think he will, actually. I think he will. This is his time to shine. You know how I feel about Justin Fields. I've been on the Justin Fields hype.
Yeah, you once said Justin Fields was better than Jalen Hurts.
And I stand on it to this day. He might not be better right now, but
yeah,
coming out of college, compare both of the two, you would take Justin Fields too.
But before we head out, got 2 more things to say. Phineas Ferb is coming back in the summer.
What do you mean?
They drop a new trailer for Phineas Ferb. New season 5.
So there's another 104 days coming out?
Another 104 days of summer vacation. So I want to ask you, what's your 3 favorite songs or 3 favorite episodes from Phineas Ferb?
3 favorite episodes? Time Machine, Gotta Be Squirrels. Oh man, I don't know. And the Beats in the Backyard for sure. No, Beats in the Backyard, Time Machine, or the Roller Coaster for sure.
Okay. For me, I'm going to say, dude, we're getting the band. That episode, that's one of my favorite ones. Because it has so many bangers. It has so many bangers of songs I can just still remember. Summer Belongs to Me, the whole entire special. They had that whole entire hour special. I remember when that trailer was dropping and everything.
Okay.
And then Roller Coaster, the musical. I was like, Phineas and Ferb is so good with their songs, bro. Because it's not really a musical, but you know every single time, that little something, it's that dessert, a little something extra on the top just to make the episode just goes around all together, bro.
For sure.
Like I said, Phineas and Ferb was my favorite cartoon growing up, bro. Anybody with a brother, their favorite show was Phineas and Ferb.
Or a regular show.
That too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but
ooh, I can't wait for this. I can't wait then. I didn't even know he was coming back out.
I know I'm binge watching this.
Now I gotta look it up for myself.
Yeah, you gotta watch the trailer after the podcast.
Yeah.
I saw it on my TikTok. I have to check. I'm like, okay, is it April 1st still? No, it's April 2nd. Okay. When was this posted? Oh, this was posted 2 hours ago. Okay, so it's not April Fool's joke. Okay, I gotta make sure. Yeah, but this is also not April Fool's joke. So tally up the scores for our college football and tally all the scores up together. And the winner of our college football prediction is, no drum roll please, Mr. Johnny Jackson. So maybe in these couple episodes, I'll do my losing punishment.
What is that losing punishment?
I don't know. It's just don't cost me money. That's all I say. Just don't cost me money.
For sure. Fair enough.
Yeah. But we let the people decide. But nah.
Might not be a good idea.
It'd be a terrible idea. There's some sickos on the internet. Yeah, but that's pretty much what we have for the podcast. You want to start your socials?
Yes, sir. Not J.Jack on Instagram. The real J.Jack _ on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. Because I got it back. We back, baby. Go follow this. Hold on, let me see if you can see. You should be able to see it. That's my Instagram. And then my Twitter is this. You should be able to follow this. You see the podcast in the back.
Johnny Jackson back on Twitter.
Man, you never see that. That's the real J-Jack.
The real J-Jack.
The real J-Jack _ Yes, sir. We back.
Okay. Yeah. Definitely going to be seeing some wild tweets since your comments, since you love. I swear, every single comment, every single post, I see a not that J-Jack comment. Every single time, bro. Every single time, not J.Jack comment. Every single time. I'm like,
I've been going viral recently, like in these last few comments. sections have been going viral, low key.
I know you can go. I know you can go viral on Twitter with your takes, bro. I just know it. Someone's gonna.
I just don't be commented enough. I need to though, for sure.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna say something on Twitter, and now I'm gonna be scrolling on TikTok like, oh, look what this buffoon said on TikTok. Yeah, but shout out my socials. Primetime.Alpha on Instagram. Primetime.Alpha on actually it's Emmanuel Alpha on Twitter. Primetime.Alpha on TikTok. And then follow the podcast everywhere. We're on everywhere. YouTube, Spotify, Apple. Spotify's better than Apple. No debate. iHeartRadio, Amazon Music. Everything that you listen to a podcast, we're on. Also check out our Instagram and Twitter. Same thing. Me Percy Pod.
Yes, sir.
All right. Hope you guys have a great day, and we out.